All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome to episode 17 of our Tassi Farms Dairy Empire gameplay series. I'm the Ultra Farmer, and we are back, and we're just finishing up this harvesting contract. I'm pulling over here because the combine is full of grain, it's full of sorghum, and we're gonna dump it off into this trailer. And I think I'm going to, yeah, I think I'm just gonna run over. Oh, let's go like this. Let's fire this up. There we go. Let's zoom in here. Yeah, okay. I think what I'm going to do is run this trailer full, even though it's not going to be a full trailer load, over to the storage bay, drop it off, and then because I think that way, I'm pretty sure that I'll be able to just do one more like semi-full trailer full, and that'll finish off this field. I think so. I'm not 100% certain, but I think so. So we'll go over there, we'll dump this off, and then yeah, then we'll see. Okay, what I want to do though now is this gonna work? You'd think this guy would just fire right back up. Yeah, okay. Okay. Sometimes the AI workers don't really do what I want them to do, to be honest. Let's just take a look though, actually, real quick. Let's see how much is left on this field, because maybe I will just hang out for a bit. Will I be able to get all that into this trailer? Yeah, maybe we'll just hang out for a little bit and wait and see if I can fit it all in just this one more trailer load. I don't know if I'll be able to, but we'll try. We'll try. So, okay, what is on the books for this episode? Well, basically what we want to do right now is we got to finish this contract. I want to get this contract finished because this was, a large field, as you can see, that we had started. I had accepted this contract last episode, and then it was kind of the thing is I was going to do most of it kind of off camera because this is just a huge field that I had to work through. It was a lot of going back and forth. I didn't really want to make you guys sit through a time lapse of it, as it would have been a very long time lapse. And yeah, I just kind of wanted to get this one kind of done off camera mostly, and then we can kind of get on with our episode today. So what we also have to do is once this contract's done and it's all kind of squared away, this field, we collect all our stuff, then we're gonna go and we're gonna sleep through and we're gonna get into October, and then we got a lot of our chores and stuff to do at the farm. One thing I did off camera as well, as I wonder if I could tab over. Yeah, I started to fill this trailer with all of our cheese pallets, and then I don't even know. I had this loaded on the forks. I don't really know how that popped off there. God, is this gonna work? Yeah, anyway, sorry. I can't talk and forklift at the same time. I'm not good enough for that. um, but yeah, we got like quite a bit of just like little chores to do. Then we're gonna sleep into October. Part of our October chores is we're gonna take all of that cheese to the storage bay and get it all sold off, and hopefully have another good little flush of cash that will roll through the bank. Then we'll be checking contracts to see, actually, we could check contracts right now, see if anything new came. Okay, cultivating. Perfect. We got this cultivating contract right by the farm. That is literally right by the farm. So let's accept that contract right now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tab over to this tractor, since he is sitting here doing a whole lot of nothing. And we'll get an AI worker working on that field right now. That'll be an extra little 10 grand for us. Why not? But that's basically what we'll be doing this episode. We'll be doing our normal kind of chores around the farm. We got to feed the animals and stuff once we get into October. We're checking on this production facility that I'm not 100% sold on it yet, but we'll see how much money it makes when we sleep into October. Like I said, do a couple more contracts. I feel like more cultivating and plowing contracts are going to come up now that it's in the fall and just like a bunch of the fields have been harvested, blah blah blah, the normal stuff. Contracts, and then we'll start kind of prepping for winter. We'll start kind of getting things planned and ready for the winter, getting ready for our next cut from the grass fields, which will be turning into hay. Our next big cut will be into hay. And then another thing that I'm kind of, this is just, again, this isn't on the major front burner, but let's open this up. One thing that we finished with our VIP orders is we finished our sorghum contract, and the next thing is going to be soybeans. So potentially we could plant some soybeans. I'm still kind of considering getting another little small plot of land so that we could potentially maybe do some soybeans and then finish that contract and then move on to the next VIP order. But again, that's just side quests. The main quest will always be the dairy farm, the main dairy. I want to get more cattle. Once we sell off all this stuff and we kind of get the last little flush of cash before January and stuff, I want to get a bunch more cattle if we can. And yeah, that's going to be basically what's on the books for today's work. Okay, let's get hooked on this guy now. See if I can back right up here. Do we got enough room? Yeah, we'll definitely have enough room in this trailer for all this. Should have more than enough room because this trailer will hold 22,500 liters. But yeah, we'll rip this off to the storage bay, and then yeah, we got a lot of just kind of, it's going to be kind of a little bit by the seat of our pants because I don't know exactly what's going to come through for contracts for us to make cash in October, but we'll just see what comes through. Like this field that we're in right now, I'm assuming there's going to be a cultivating contract or something that pops onto it, but I don't know for sure. So what I think I'm going to do here is I'll drive this over to the storage bay. I'll get it dumped off, and then I'll head back to the farm, and what I'll probably do is wheel back this tractor and trailer back to the farm, and then I'll just come over here quick, grab the combine, wheel that back over, because that'll take a little bit of time. It'll just kind of be boring me driving back to the farm. And then we'll kind of go from there. We'll just see what chores we got to do before we sleep through into October. We'll maybe load up some of that cheese, and then yeah, we'll sleep through into October and kind of keep plugging away. So I'll bring you guys back in one sec once I'm up at the farm with all of our equipment back. Okay, we are back here. I got to fill up our combine because we burned quite a bit of fuel doing those fields. What I want to do, we've got to collect this contract, so we get an extra 27 grand right there. But what also is good, if I go into the finances here, so new vehicles, yeah, we spent 143. Sold products, 91. There should be one for harvest income. So this 11,000, almost 12,000 was extra that we got from doing that sorghum. Because once I dumped like a little bit of that trailer full that I took, the last trailer full that I took into the storage bay, it only took like a few thousand liters for it to say the contract was done, and then the rest of it's just all bonus. So we made an extra 12 grand. So even though that one was 27, it was like actually 40 grand basically we got off that contract. So that's pretty good, I would say. That was pretty good. Pays for our set of headers. Whoa, run into that set of forks, but no big deal. I think for now, too, I'm just going to park this thing kind of in the grass right here in front of us. We'll back it into these trees a bit, because I don't really know where else to put it. But right here is going to be fine. Right here will be just fine. Okay. Yeah, we'll get her in there nice and tight. Drop that down. I should probably wash it. Actually, yeah, we better wash it. We better wash it. Get her nice and clean. Fueled it up. We might as well pressure wash it, and then we'll park it away. Okay, let's come over here. And we got our other guy just giving her on that other field, cultivating. Some big fields, though, that we might have to cultivate. Oh, it makes me want to buy a big tractor with another big set of cultivators, because there's always those contracts, but we'd also can't really afford to do that. Well, we can just only afford to spend money in like important stuff, which is basically get more cattle at this point, and then I want to have so much cattle that we basically need 2 of those production facilities. That would be the ideal thing. But even that being said, like, we would have, even with our big truck and our trailer, like, we would have a lot of cheese that would be produced each few months, especially if we were only selling it at peak times. Yeah, because I think you can store 175,000 liters per those production facilities. So, okay, let's drop the headers down here. Shut this thing off. I'm gonna park it so that we don't tab into it. Okay, well these AI workers managed to go around these trees and not get all hooked up, so pretty stoked on that right now. Let's hop back over. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that trailer there for now. Actually, let's go load up. Or let's do two things here. I want to just check the production facility and just see if any more milk or anything has popped in here. There should be a little bit. Oh yeah, 2,600 liters, so that's good. Let's take this over to that production facility and dump it in. And then maybe we'll hop in that forklift and see if we can get a few more of those pallets loaded in there. We're going to have a bunch more pallets to load next month as well. Okay, let's dump this milk in. Actually, I'm just going to jump out. I'm going to jump in this forklift right now, even though I'm kind of in the way here. Now, I was like really taking my time. I was really trying to like get this loaded perfect. Like when I was loading this, I was like taking my time a lot. Trying to get it super lined up. I got the bottom row pretty good. See, like that, I could come over just a little bit more. I don't know why that pallet's all jammed out. Don't do it. Why is it being like that? There we go. There we go. Oh. A button masher. I gotta get one of those sweet joysticks. That's what I need to get. Like the sweet wheel joystick combo thing. Joystick. These forks are a little weird. Can't just have them zeroed out. You gotta have them like tilted forward a bit. Okay, just gotta get this lined up as good as I can. Like I said, I took my time. I tried to get that bottom row like pretty good. It's way better than last time. That's all that I know for sure. The last time was pretty brutal, so I mean. See if I can give her a little push. I'm not gonna mess with it too much though. There we go, not bad. Not too bad. Like I said, way better than last time, but like, yeah, last time was pretty brutal. But I want to get as many in there as we possibly can. I even opened this back door and kind of jammed some, jammed some in the back door, you know what I'm saying? Okay, let's drop this down. Let's hop back in this tractor, and then we're just gonna check the food of the animals, make sure that's good, and then we'll probably just sleep through into October. And one thing I kind of want to check too, sometimes when I'm doing like lots of the chores and stuff here, different things pop through on the stores. Yeah, like was this stuff in here? Not that I want to buy any of this stuff, but these weeders would be good. I mean, 30% off. 12 meters wide, 170 horse. Like we have good tractors that could pull those because some of those weeding contracts are pretty good, but I don't know. I don't really want to be. We already got enough equipment to do a whole bunch of other different contracts. I don't need to have everything. I don't know. If we need to get weeders in the future to do contracts, we will, but for now, I think not. Although what's going to happen is like a contract's going to come up for like 30 grand and I'm going to be like, I should have just did that when we had the chance. Okay, that's not letting me put... I thought I left some in here, did I not? Nope. Okay. I definitely thought I left some in there. That must have been last time. Let's pull around here and fill this thing up. I think it said there was 17,000 liters of food in there, so... Well, whatever. I'll just put a full trailer full in the barn. Whatever we can fit in there, we will. And anything else can just wait till next month. We get 205,000 liters. We still will have to wait till November to get our next cut off those fields. Another thing that I did off camera real quick that I kind of forgot about. Didn't really forget about, but well, no, I kind of forgot about it, which was I fertilized our small field number 11, because we spread the digestate and the slurry on our big field, and then it just kind of brain farted. I'm like, oh yeah, I got those fields ready to go, but we didn't have enough digestate to do it on the other field, so I had to use like chemical fertilizer, which I don't really like doing. I just like using free stuff created by the animals, but I got that field fertilized, so we'll be able to get another really good cut of hay off that field. Actually, let's disconnect this trailer. We'll disconnect this trailer. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna sleep through into October. What I might do, what's this? This is 30% done. What I might do is I might just let this guy finish this field real quick, and then I'll bring you guys back once. It'll be just in 1 second. I'll let this guy finish this field, and then we'll be into October, and we'll kind of have like a fresh slate. We'll start doing our chores again, seeing what contracts come up, and then we'll start taking some cheese off to get sold. So yeah, I'll bring you guys back just 1 sec once this field's done and we're into October. Okay, folks, we are back here. It is October now. I finished off this contract right over here. I let our worker finish off this field. I collected the money for the contract. Now, before I slept through into October, we had $153,000 in some odd dollars. I can't remember exactly. It was 153, and then afterwards we were at 185 with this production facility. So we made like 32 grand from putting this slurry to like the electric charge and selling the methane. Let me just go in here and show. Yeah, so we have no electric charge, no methane or anything left. We still have digestate because there's a little bit in there, because that is just set to storing, which I'll still use to fertilize fields. But I mean, yeah, we made like 30 grand off like slurry that just accumulates. So I mean, I think for now I'm gonna leave this production facility down, and when we kind of get excess amounts of slurry again, like I mean, this thing was 55,000. Sorry, excuse me. And so like it just about already paid for itself, which is pretty sweet. But yeah, 33,000, which is pretty crazy, all things considered. But okay, we are back into October now, and we've got our normal chores and such to do, and we got to go sell off a bunch of cheese. So I think what I'm probably gonna do is just start by doing, some of the normal chores here. Actually, maybe what I'll do, yeah, we could just use this tractor. It doesn't really matter. John Deere's kind of parked in the way here. But we've got kind of like a bunch of stuff that we can do. Let me just hook onto this real quick. Just give me 1 sec here. Sorry, I just really wanted to clear my throat there. I didn't want to do it into the mic, of course. Alright, let's fill this thing up. But yeah, we got a bunch of chores that we can do now, and a bunch of contracts and stuff obviously have popped up. We got a really big plowing contract that we can do on field 12, which is right kind of on the north side of our farm here. There's more harvesting contracts that we can go do. I haven't fully looked into them, to be honest. I just kind of like glanced at it quick when I popped through. And what else we got to look at? Let's go check. All right, let's go check contracts a little bit here. So there's red beet. We can't do that. We don't have the red beet harvester. There's a soybeans on field 20. Okay. And then we got field 7, which is also soybeans, which we could run off and do. And then plow field 12. I'm going to accept this right now. Just because it's close. And yeah, we can definitely do that. Definitely do that. I'm just going to pull back over here. I'm going to do one more round. We got a little bit more. Actually, I'll just wait. Yeah, I'll just wait. Okay, so let's do that. And then what I kind of think I'm going to do is just hook onto this plow right now and go over and maybe just get a worker going on this. We could probably just get by with one tractor doing our chores and stuff. We got to load the truck, and yeah, I think I'll probably just get this tractor going on this. So I'm going to go get, yeah, I'll go get a worker started on this real quick, and then I'll just pop back over and we'll start loading stuff into the big truck. All right, we got one of our workers out there plowing field 12, and I'm gonna go to town here. Go to town. Well, I'm gonna like painfully load this truck, I think. What I gotta get is like a sweet controller. Like some dude's got like a really wicked, it's like steering wheel with everything. You know, I don't got that. Right? I'm still just mouse and keying it. But it's not too bad. Like I took my time loading this because like I really wanted it to get as much as we could in on one truckload. Yeah. Oh, come on now. Let's just slide that in just a little bit. There we go. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad. Let's see if we can get... We only got a couple more, it seems like, so I'll just tough my way through it. Not gonna lie, though, I really wish there was, like, some sort of auto-load pallet trailer, you know? If there's, one mod that I wish they had out, it would be that. Okay, there we go, there we go, there we go. Yeah, see, I should have had those shifted over a little bit more. Okay, okay, easy, easy, easy. I could give it a little persuasion. No, I'm not gonna try and do that. Yeah, see, I'm already running into those pallets. Oh god. There we go. These pallets are like, you gotta like just hit the sweet spot on them. Okay, okay. We can do this, we can do this. I believe that I can do it, because I have to, you know? Have to do it. Okay, let's do this next one. Yeah, if I had a sweet joystick, that would be a lot better. Maybe. I mean, it would still be difficult. Maybe it would actually, maybe it is easier with mouse and key, because I can like kind of spin the camera around real easy and see where I'm, like what I'm doing. Alright, like I can give her one of those real quick. Not bad, not bad. That one was better. That one was better. Okay, one more. We got this. This is gonna be a good. This is gonna be like a good haul. This is gonna be a really, really good haul of cheese. I wonder if butter is like gonna be a cash cow. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like right now it seems like the cheese is way better than the bottled milk. Although you probably get more of the bottled milk, so maybe it's actually not. It's like you get a whole bunch of bottled milk from like the raw that we put in. So I think maybe the bottled milk, yeah, maybe you do actually make more money. Oh God. How did I get such a bad load going on here? Okay. Let's see if I can just back up a little bit here and maybe give her a little persuasion. Can I give it a little push? Yeah, I don't know if I want to be pushing it too much. Okay. Well, it's loaded. It's loaded. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go check on I'm gonna go check on our guy in the field, see how plowing's coming. And yeah, I'll be back in just one sec. I'll go check on that guy and then I'll come back. Alright, I checked on our guy in the field, just giving her out there. Let's hop in this truck. I'm just gonna turn that off real quick here. Okay, let's close the back door. Let's strap this all down. Oh, and then yeah, it's Z. That's what closes the curtain. All right, let's head down and take this load of cheese to the storage bay and see what kind of cash we can get for all this. We should be getting like 115, 116,000, something like that for all this cheese. This truck is so sweet. Oh yeah. This thing's awesome. Okay, not too bad. And then once we're done doing this, what we got to do is we got to feed the animals. We got to get a bunch of hay in the barn. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to just make sure we don't cut this person off. I'm going to fill the barn with loose hay from the hay loft. And then I'm also going to I'll grab our John Deere tractor and we'll throw the forks on, the bale spikes on, and I'm going to haul a couple bales in as well and just let them sit there and see, because then maybe we won't have to have to worry about feeding them next month. And then November, next month, we'll do our final cut kind of the year on those hay fields. And I'm kind of thinking, I'll show you guys once we drop this cheese off, I'm kind of thinking I want to get a different baler. Yeah, I'm kind of, oh, there's one that's kind of expensive, but it could be pretty good. I don't know. I'm gonna kind of just look, and I'll show you guys the one I want to get, and we can go from there. Basically, it's one that it'll bale and wrap all in one. It's a round baler, so we could sell our baler and we could sell our wrapping unit, but it's like 130 grand. Okay, let me go like this. I'm actually gonna open this side here to make sure. Okay, yeah, it'll just go. Okay, I don't really know because it kind of did all like that. Let's just check real quick here. Or no, I was in the right one there. 113. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad at all. Okay, here, I'll show you guys this baler that I was thinking about getting. Round balers. This guy right here. This lizard one, the Pro Bale. I mean, it looks pretty cool. But yeah, it's 130 grand, but it'll bale and wrap at the same time. It'll do up to 185 centimeter bales, which is like a little bit. They're pretty massive bales, but we could just stick around the 180s or whatever. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, it's 130 grand, which this Vicon fast bale is 110. But this one will only do 125 centimeter round bales. This one will do 125 to 185. And yeah, this thing's just awesome. It bales super, super fast. So maybe, like, I'm gonna think about it, but I wonder if I sell our baler. If I sell our baler and we could sell the bale wrapper as well, and then that would help out massively when it comes to baling, just because it would go so much quicker. But then we're spending 130 grand, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? We got a baler and everything it's paid for right now. Doesn't really owe us anything. I think I'm good. I think I might wait. I think I might just wait because I mean, there's always a chance that it'll come through the store. It's a small chance, but there's always a chance. And we're not going to be bailing in December. We're not going to be bailing in January. We're not going to be bailing in February. I don't even think we'll be bailing in March. I can't really remember. But those are like, that's like 3 months of kind of like rolling the dice through the store to see if it comes through on sale, which I guess it's probably slim, but yeah. Yeah, because we're not even going to wrap this set of bales, right? We're just going to do hay, so I'm definitely going to wait. I'm definitely going to wait till we're going to do silage again, and then we'll see if we've got a whole bunch of, if we can find some 130K extra, then we will. Now, we always see there's more contracts that we can go do now that we got the combine. We could go do some harvesting contracts. But I wonder, I'm just not too sure here because I got that one, like, I got like kind of like our side mission thing where we can do our VIP orders. So let's open the side of this thing and shut it down. Right, like I can do these side quests, but it kind of seems like, I mean, I had to do sorghum and soybeans. As soon as these like side quests came up, they come through on the, like there's soybeans that we could do here, soybeans that we could do there, and the sorghum that we were able to do before. I don't know. It kind of just seems like the game caters to that a little bit, which is fine, but I don't want to just be like cheating through getting like easy money quests. But that being said, this is only level one. I mean, then it gets into barley, then it's like garlic and stuff. Like it would be much more difficult to kind of get all of these done. Like we would have to plant like a goat field and stuff. So I might just go do one of those contracts. It's really only 23 grand. It's like a little bonus. It's not that big a deal. It's not like we're cheating and got the government subsidy thing on and we're just cheating in a bunch of money. So I might do that. I don't really know, but let's go grab the John Deere tractor. Like I don't mind having that kind of like side quest thing on because it's just kind of fun. It adds a little something, just a little something different to it. But I also, I just want us to do like build a dairy empire. I don't really want to get going too much on side quests. So yeah, I might do one of those harvesting contracts just to make the cash from it. We'll get past level 1, we'll get a little bit of a payout, but then after that, yeah, it's not going to be quite as easy. So let's back in here. We'll fill this barn, like I said, with loose hay first. Look at that. There's even some left in there. I kind of forgot we had left some in there. Yeah, let's go fill this thing up again. 40% done that contract. I mean, I still really want to buy field 12. Really want to buy field 12. Okay, let's go in here. Because I mean, now that we got the combine, we could do a little bit of extra stuff on the side. But if we could get field 12, what I was thinking, like that new baler, we could pay for, say we got that new baler and we bought field 12. We have enough money that we could do that. If we did that and we just did silage bales, like a full cut off of all of our fields, we would pay for that baler pretty quick. Like pretty real quick. and we could just keep doing silage on the side to really help fund our dairy empire. You know, as I talk about it more out loud, I'm really starting to think that should kind of be the plan, because silage really could fund this little operation. Okay, so how do I want to do this? Let's back this thing up. Oh, I might have to spin around like this. Maybe zoom out just a touch. Uh, you know what? I'm even as I'm thinking about it, I think I'm gonna pull this raid out because I don't want to get it trapped in here. If I put a bunch of bales in, it'll end up getting like kind of trapped in here. I'm just gonna go dump this. I guess I don't even really have to dump it. I'll just pull it around so that we're underneath in this chute. Let's dump that in there for right now. And let's go load a couple bales into... How many do I want to put in there? We don't need all of those. Put 3 bales in there. I could grab them both. Yeah, as I think about it a bit more, we should probably do that. Get field 12. It's only like 50 grand. Get field 12 and then plant it with grass. We'll sell our baler, sell our wrapper, get a new baler and wrapper that does it all in one, even though it is 130 grand. This is what we'll do. Let's put these bales in. Let's back out of here. Let's check. Vehicles. Okay, where is... We had a Crone baler. Okay, so this thing's worth 17,000, right? And brand is our wrapper right there. 17 and 13. So we could get 30 grand. We could get 30 grand if we sold both of those. And then we could get that new baler. It's 130 grand, so it'd really be 100 grand. I'm doing girl math right now. I just got to figure it out girl math style, right? Like if I want the new pair of shoes, and the new pair of shoes are $300, but it's $10 every time I wear them, I just got to wear them 30 times, right? Right? That's girl math right there. So if the baler's 100 grand, we just got to find a way to get 100 bales out of it, and they'll be about $1,000 a bale. Boom. 100 grand, right? Girl math. That's all we got to do. I see how girls do it now. It's actually kind of, yeah, it's perfect. Works great. Okay, let's drop these. Let's drop these off right here. Because what do we got? We got 300K to our name, 298. Once this contract's done, we'll get paid out an extra 24 big ones. Plus, we got to probably pay about 1,000, 1,500 bucks for our worker to do our thing. So we'll be roughly, let's just call it 325. We pay 100 for that baler, 225. Field 12 is worth, it's like 50, 57. Okay. So we would still be sitting pretty good, sitting pretty in Suntan City. Yeah. I'm thinking that's going to have to be the plan. I'm thinking that is going to have to be the plan. So what I'm going to do right now, let's get this plan in motion. Let's go to our vehicles and let's go down to Chrome. Okay. Sell this baler. Lizard. Oh, yeah, there's nothing on sale. This baler is sweet, though. This is a really sweet baler. This square baler. It's funny how I just like talk myself out of it. Like, oh no, we're not going to do this. We're not going to do that. And then I just instantly... Doesn't really matter. Even if it came on sale, whoop-de-doo. Okay. Standard. What kind of decals do we want to put on her? John Deere. Geez, you can get every one. Vicon's pretty good. Okay, none of this really matters. We're not going to put the silage additives. Yeah, we probably should. Standard pickup. The color doesn't really matter. Standard net. Yeah, we'll just do that. So it's 133. Okay, let's buy this baler. We're going to have to go pick this bad boy up. I don't know if we can buy that field while we're working on it. I don't know if that's the thing. So I'll just wait till it's done, and then I will buy field 12. Because, let's just check this. I want to make sure. Yes. Okay, perfect. Yeah, we will buy field 12, because then that means next month when we're baling and doing all our stuff, we'll be able to plant grass in it. Which is going to take a minute to plant grass in that field, because it is a pretty big one, but that's okay. We'll get it planted, we'll get it rolled out, and then that way in the springtime, we'll just be able to sell. Also, let me just check this real quick here. We got 400,000 liters of grass that isn't really grass. This is all silage. Yeah, I'm thinking we've spent a little bit of money right now, but this will end up making us a whole bunch of cash by the time, if we can do silage on all those fields, at least for a couple cuts or one cut a year. Essentially, we could always do silage on that big field because we have enough hay that we can feed these animals. And then whenever we get the animals to a point, oh man, no, even if that pen was full, we would probably be able to cut enough hay off those other two fields that we can feed those animals for a full year. Plus, because they eat a lot of meadow in the springtime. So, okay, I'm just gonna keep heading down to the store here. I'll grab that baler, and then I'll meet you guys back up at the farm. All right, there it is. 130 grand. Look at it go. Look at it go. Got this. No, it's actually a pretty sweet baler. I am stoked. I'm stoked because we'll be able to continuously bale with it. So we won't have to stop. We won't have to stop after each bale is completed because it's got like dual chambers. So it's kind of like the way a square baler works, where you can just kind of keep going and going and going. But yeah, this is it. This is what we did it for. So our field, actually, yeah, I'll just leave this truck right here. Tractor right there. This field should be done. It's weird though. Okay, there we go. The tractor is still trying to do it, but the contract is done. I thought maybe it was gonna let us keep going on this, but yeah, the contract is done. So, but, we're gonna buy this field, and this has to be done. Like, we can't just be not doing this. You know what I mean? So let's actually back this up. This is a big field. This is going to take a while to plant with our little planter. I'm not going to buy a new planter. Okay, what we're going to do, I'll do it with you right now. Let's go get the money for this field. Boom. Okay, now let's buy this field. And let's plow these last little bits of these headlands. Oh wait, is it telling me it is? Well, hold up. Did it just give it to us? Right on. Look at that. Okay. Well, never mind then. I thought we were gonna have to sit here and then finish these little spots, but I guess it makes sense that the game wouldn't just like give us a half completed field. It's gonna give it to us in a manner that we can use it. So let's just shut that off. Okay. All right. Well, let's head back to the farm. We got this field now. We got a new baler. Honestly, I'm really, even though we spent money on that baler, like when I'm finally out here looking at this field, when we cut and bale this field and we get silage bales off this, it'll almost pay for that baler in the first cut. And I'm not even trying to girl math here right now. This is going to be a lot of bales that we get off this field. And then once we get ahead and we're kind of ahead with like production facilities and we've got a lot of cattle and stuff, I mean, we could always just plant some sort of grain or something in this field if we want, since we have the harvester. Um, there's really lots we can do. I honestly think that field though we should just keep grass because it's going to be so massive to plant unless and I mean unless we can keep growing and get kind of bigger implements, maybe a bigger tractor, all that jazz, all the stuff that comes with working big fields. But for right now, I think if we plant it in grass, we're not going to be replanting it often, and that's what I want. I don't want to really be messing with it. Actually, let's move this over a little bit. Let's move this over just a wee bit. Drop that off there. Okay, I need to go put fuel in this tractor big time before I forget and we run this thing dry. Oh, that little planter. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's fill this guy up. We'll fill this guy up, and I mean, since it's going to take such a long time, I think we might as well go and get the planter started right now on that field. Get this planter started. We should be full of seed, I believe. Okay, but we're gonna have to. I don't really care about putting fertilizer on it because we can use. Well, I might as well fill as much fertilizer as I can. Do I have any more sitting over here? Yeah, we got a bag sitting. I'll have to get more, which is fine. Okay, let's go plant. Let's go get this field planted. Like, this is going to take some time. But that's okay. That's going to be okay. You know, what I might do, just thinking about it right now, maybe what I'll do for this episode is we'll do this episode a little bit shorter. And what I'll do is I'll just set a worker doing this. We'll end this episode here. I'll set a worker to do this. And then at the beginning of next episode, we'll have someone out there rolling this field. And we'll be cutting and baling these fields. And yeah, that's what we'll do. And then if we got to get like fertilizing and stuff like that done on this field, because it's going to be this field's going to take a bit to plant. So yeah, I think that's what we'll do. We'll just get a worker going on this right now. We'll end this episode here. It'll be kind of just like a good natural spot to end it. And then that way at the beginning of next episode, this one will be planted. We can roll it, and yeah, we can go to town cutting and baling and trying out our new baler, which I'm really stoked that we got. Also, let's go check. There's nothing really else we're going to be able to sell. These grass bales, you know what, just before we end off, let's go pull one of our bales out of here, and I want to just see how fermented they are. %. 92%. So these will be, I'm just going to go like that. It's a little bit easier. Those will be good to go in January/December. That's when we're going to be able to go and take them in to sell. January, it's probably the same for silage, but you know, we might as well go check while we're in here. Real quick, let's go back to where do I want to go? Prices. Prices. Is it down in this one? I think it is. RS silage. Yeah, December, January. That's going to be a good time to do it. So that'll obviously be our winter project. And of course, our winter project, we also got to clear a bunch more trees. So it's going to be kind of the next few episodes, cutting and baling some more hay, clearing out some trees. I didn't even really think about clearing out trees, to be honest, when we bought that baler. But we're going to there's so much money that we get from wood chips, which is incredible. It's a good little winter project for us to clear out some land and get some more space set for new production facilities, which we're hopefully going to need. Well, we'll definitely need next year because we're going to be getting a whole bunch more cattle. And we got to get the empire, the dairy empire, to its next level of 2 production facilities, and then we're really going to be using that big truck. We're going to be filling it and taking tons of pallets to the storage bay. So yes, that's going to be it for this episode. Thanks so much for hanging out with me and watch me be indecisive when it comes to spending money, but I'm thinking it's good we bought that baler. I really am. I don't think we'll regret it one iota. So thanks again so much for watching. If you haven't done so already, I'd really like if you could hit that like button, hit that sub button. Leave me a comment what you're thinking about the series, if you're liking it, what length of episodes that you want. I've been trying to keep these episodes longer, to be honest, in this series. Also, if you want to check out any of our other series, I'm also doing a gameplay series on the Hutan Pantai map where we're doing rice and canola. I'm trying to get as much rice and canola going as possible. It's kind of a fun gameplay series. And a new one that I'm going to be starting. This is why I kind of want to get away from the VIP orders on this gameplay. Is I'm going to be starting a VIP only series. So I'm just kind of putting together the final touches on a map. We're going to be doing it on Riverbend Springs. I'm just kind of getting the farm and everything set up. And then I'm going to be doing a gameplay series where it is just going to be trying to go through and get these levels. Like, it's going to be changing constantly. I'm going to be going through different vegetables, crops, all that stuff. So look forward to that. Thanks again so much. I appreciate you guys like always, and I hope you have a good afternoon, morning, evening, whenever you're watching this. So Sulch Farmer, I am out. Thanks again, and have a good one.